Are you caring about yourself in the way that you are caring about everything else? You may be stuck in what I call a martyrdom cycle, a cycle of overgiving from an empty cup. Welcome to the She Speaks to Inspire podcast. I'm your host, Julia Kraft, your authentic expression mentor and public speaking coach. She Speaks to Inspire is an empowering public speaking podcast for women with public speaking fear. Unlike other podcasts on public speaking, She Speaks to Inspire not only gives you tips to be a confident communicator under pressure, but also helps you regulate your nervous system for less anxiety, learn lifestyle practices to reduce burnout and overwhelm, and reconnect with your feminine leadership presence for more authenticity and comfort in your skin. I believe it's the quiet ones, especially the quiet women, who have the most important ideas. I believe the world really does need your voice. So let's dive in. Ooh, I'm excited about this topic today. How can speaking make you more money? Whether you're a professional, an entrepreneur, a startup founder, a stay-at-home mom, speaking can make you more money. Let's talk about how that works. If you're loving this podcast, by the way, make sure to subscribe and leave us a review so that other women just like you can find this podcast and get a lot of value. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, let me ask you a question. 5 years from now, if you were still being paid the same amount you are now, would you be okay with that? Would you feel good about it, great about it? Be honest. As things are now, are you working hard, like really hard? Long hours, early mornings, late nights, no lunch breaks? Do you feel like you are always exhausted and there's always more work to be done? It's easy for resentment to build up, right? If that's your day-to-day reality. Let this episode, if nothing else, be an invitation to you to slow down, even just for a moment with me, and reflect. There's more to life than money, right? For sure. And money is somehow related to an experience within our body of worth and value. It's a complicated, tricky equation that sometimes doesn't feel like it adds up the way it should. And like I said, this is when resentment can build up. You may be stuck in what I call a martyrdom cycle. Martyrdom, a cycle of overgiving from an empty cup. Just the idea of giving from an empty cup already sounds hard, right? But then overgiving from an empty cup, that sends you into martyrdom. Women are notorious caretakers. It's one of our strengths. I would never want you to change the way that you care about the people in your life, about your business or your company, about getting results, about doing a good job. However, it all begs the question, are you caring about yourself in the way that you are caring about everything else? Are you giving to yourself the way that you're giving to everyone and everything else? So I invite you to ask your body right now, body, oh body, do you feel supported? Do I feel supported? If the answer is no, that's a sign it's time to take a step back from giving to others and really start to fill up your own cup. Back to money. Are you being paid enough for all the work you're doing? We have some great sayings about this in our culture. Grin and bear it, right? Are you that woman who, even though she's working a lot for the amount of money that you just get by on, you grin and bear it. You bring a positive attitude and just get through it. Grit your teeth. Keep your mouth shut and get it over with. Ooh, that's a rough one. Ooh, there's a lot that says to keep our mouth shut and just deal with it, right? Asking for the money, asking for a raise, asking for the sale, asking for support. All of these things are about using your voice to speak your worth and your value into being. It's my belief that you always have worth. You always have value 100% all the time it exists. However, it isn't necessarily being expressed through how you show up, your presence, and then therefore how others treat you, how others speak to you, how others pay you. So again, asking for the money, asking for the sale, asking for the raise, asking for support is you speaking your worth and your value into being in the external world. If you want something to change about how much money you have, the salary that you're getting, how much you're charging for your services, or the fact that you're doing everything yourself, if you want something to change with any of that, change always starts with you speaking up for yourself and your needs, advocating for yourself. Your voice is powerful, and no one can take your voice away from you. I want to encourage you to speak up for your value and embody your inherent value. And I know, even though I don't know exactly how it will happen, I know that when you do this, you will get paid more. More money will come to you in some way. More support will come to you in some way. It's just how it works. It's how the world, the universe works, without getting too wooey about it. So, as we wrap up this episode, I'll put it to you to reflect. What will you ask for? What will you say no to? What will you use your voice to create? Leave me a comment with your thoughts on this. I'd love to cheer you on. And if you want support around speaking up for yourself, owning your voice, embodying your value, head over to speaktoinspire.com. Watch the free training. It'll give you a great foundational understanding of my work and a streamlined framework for how to get rid of speaking anxiety and gain more confidence. And then you'll have an opportunity to speak with me directly, and I can give you my feedback as well. It'll be my pleasure. The world needs your voice. Go out and speak to inspire. Thanks for listening. This has been She Speaks to Inspire with Julia Kraft, your authentic expression mentor and public speaking coach. I'm so glad you joined me. And I hope you got so much out of this episode. If you want to learn more about Speak to Inspire training programs and get inspired, head over to speaktoinspire.com or follow us on Instagram at She Speaks to Inspire. Never forget, the world needs your voice, and it's time for you to speak to inspire. See you in the next episode.